My best friend's mom called me, so I picked up the phone. She probably told me one of the most heart-stopping things I could have ever heard. She told me my brother wasn't breathing. What happened was he reached a point of hypoxia, which is where there's not enough oxygen in your body that you go unconscious, and was shipped to MICU. I'm on my way back from New York City. I was taking the train, and something just didn't feel right. I had like there was like a monkey on my back, some thorns up my ass or something. I don't know, but something didn't feel right, and my phone just starts blowing up. Like, I'm sorry, text messages, phone calls, Facebook messages, people posting on my wall, I hope everything's okay. If you need me, I'm there for you. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who died? I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was just, boom, blown away. I had no idea. They weren't sure of his condition. After a while, he started to regain consciousness, but I was just fucking freaking out. I had no idea what to do. My girlfriend at the time tried holding me down, and I was just swinging my arms at anybody who started talking to me on the train. I was just fucking livid. I was just infuriated with everything. She had to, my friend's mom had to pick me up from the train, and she took me home and said, you know, I hope everything's okay. If you need anything, just call me. I'll try and do my best. I was just so confused. I couldn't get in touch with my mom. I tried calling everybody and anybody who knew anything, and I had no idea what was going on. That whole night, I don't think I could have ever been more upset. I was just crying my eyes out. I had no idea what the fuck happened, what to do, or anything. I was just so in such a shock of just uncertainty and so forth. He's the only brother and only other sibling I have, so what else are you to do? For a few days, he was very lethargic. He wasn't breathing. He wasn't talking much. He was just sleeping the majority of the day, and I just paid no attention to it. That just seemed how he was, progressively. Then they had to tell me my brother had to undergo surgery, and I inquired, you know, what the fuck is wrong with him? That's the first initial reaction. He's in MICU already. What worse could forego or undergo what I'm already in? They said they needed to do a tracheotomy. If he was to ever live on his own, he would need to have a trach installed, which is a hole in your throat right in the trachea, which helps them breathe, so you can be put onto a ventilator. I said no. I thought that was inhumane. I had no idea. I had no idea what the fuck. Like, I just thought, no, like, that's horrible. They said it was irreversible. He couldn't eat. It was almost as if his body had a stroke. He couldn't swallow because his esophagus didn't perform peristalsis anymore, so it would just regurgitate his food and he would choke on himself. And I had no idea what else to say to that. Finally, they performed the surgery. It was a success, and they ended up installing a feeding tube because he was pretty much rendered handicapped, incapable of doing anything. I definitely have to say this inspired me so much not to fucking take anything for granted. But knowing that in 3 days, my brother just went from, you know, running around, doing his thing, just being a regular kid, to I'm not breathing, I have a tube down my throat. Take every day as a blessing, smile every day, live every day, laugh, text somebody who hates you and just be like, hey, I still think you're an alright person. We may have our differences and such, but at the end of the day, we're all still human.